and welcome to this week's episode of Customs Duty, brought to you by the Nigeria Customs Service. In our package this week, Nigeria Customs Service, National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, strengthen collaboration, forge common fronts to combat human trafficking, illegal trade in endangered species. Port and Terminal Multi-Services Limited, PTML, Area Command surpasses previous revenue generation, sustains interagency collaboration. We'll also bring to you other reports. I am Tosi Obiakeme. To stay with us.
The Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, leads Nigeria Customs Service delegation to Netherlands on a bilateral visit with the view to creating partnership for effective trade facilitation between the two countries. Day one of the two-day visit sees the delegation taking through a presentation on Netherlands customs risk management, HS classification, and advanced ruling strategy by the country's national tariff and classification team.
2027, the meaning is because there is only a automated system for binding tariff information as we speak. Binding origin information, there is no automated system in the EU yet. It's going to be provided in 2 years when also binding valuation information will be.
Subsequently, on the same day, the Comptroller General of Customs leads other members of the delegation to have a meeting with the head of international affairs of the Netherlands.
Not just because we believe that the World Customs Organization's Council, which I chair, promotes this kind of customs to customs cooperation, but because in the last few months when we have been working with partners like the GIZ, like the Netherlands Embassy, we have seen the powers that we can see from this kind of collaboration. So we're therefore glad to be here. We are open to collaboration, and we will be exploring the possibilities of consummating this in a much more formal. That we also want to learn from your perspectives, how you coordinate with the port authority. It's a very huge port in terms of volume of containers that you handle and things like that. So I'm sure that it will require, a level of cooperation, collaboration, and coordination with the other authorities of the ports and other agencies of government. So if we can learn one or two things from there.
Day two of the visit is no less engaging, as Bashir Adewale Adeni leads the delegation to the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where he meets with the Director General International Trade, Michael Zwiers.
We're very happy with the close collaboration that we have with your administration and with the customs in Nigeria through our embassy and consulate. So it's always good that whenever something pops up, that we can have a contact, and of course this is trade all the time. Things pop up, whether it is uncertainties or whether it is about HS coding. So there are issues, and we are very glad that in those occasions, the people that work at the embassy or the consulate can have contact with you. So we very appreciative of that. So we trade, I think it's about 6 billion euros a year with Nigeria, and we specifically focus in. So we often take a team approach in the Netherlands. So that means that we, from the government, work closely together with private parties to form a coalition and together try to create opportunities on foreign markets. In this case, the Nigerian market.
We feel very, very comfortable having these conversations with you. Now, the issue of horticulture, for example, was discussed yesterday, and I remember that in terms of structuring the use of the ports, we understand that Amsterdam handles perishables and all of that.
Yes.
And this is something that we could think about. Yes, the Dutch companies want to make impact, in the local communities, But we know that eventually, if it is horticulture, the ultimate business model would be to cultivate and then export. So this is one thing that we might be looking at, same model, to see if we can designate a port, a cargo terminal, and put in place very special clearance procedures in such places, so that recognizing the perishable nature of those export products, they can be a just-in-time export processes that will ensure that those things are delivered in very, very good condition. We've made very great progress in the issue of collaboration with renewable energy. We just intend to consolidate on that. More importantly, everything that we have said on this table points towards the fact that we all want to cooperate, we want to collaborate, we want to deepen the relationships between us, and we'll be open to explore, all the potential areas, perhaps other areas that are not even mentioned on this table, put in place the right instruments for us to do it. That intention, and if there's any document for us to express that intention, it will be fine. But we know that this will serve as a building block for the wider collaboration between our two countries, using the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the Justice Ministry, as might be determined by the two countries.
Other engagements during the visit include meeting at the Ministry of Finance and a tour of Port Landis.
Here in this port, all these objects look very small, because I'm sure that you are aware of the famous Eiffel Tower in Paris. Yes. Well, the Eiffel Tower is 324 meters.
A delegation from National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, visits the headquarters of the Nigeria Customs Service. Indeed, it is yet in connection with the desire to further strengthen collaboration. Director General NAPTIP confirms.
We are a law enforcement agency established by the Act of Law. And also, as a law enforcement agency, mitigating against trafficking in persons and violence against persons, we work on so many areas. We develop policies, we prevent, we prosecute, we partner, and it is that partnership that I am looking to solidify with the Nigerian Customs Service.
She outlines certain areas of possible collaboration.
Our officers are ready to be resource persons at the college at Gwagwalada, so that we can put more enlightenment to the officers that are being trained on the operation of NAPTIP and intelligence sharing, which is very, very critical between NAPTIP and the Nigerian Customs Services.
Meanwhile, as part of the delegation, Lami Tubaka, a former NIMASA Director of Public Relations, seeks Nigeria Customs Services partnership at a forthcoming workshop.
This workshop, it's a one-day dialogue on stowaway and human trafficking in Nigeria's maritime domain, and it is conceived as a multi-stakeholder platform to examine these challenges holistically. It will bring together agencies such as Customs, Immigration, NIMASA, MPA, and NAPTIP. The Nigerian Customs Service, you're a strategic player in border management and maritime enforcement. Your officers are often first line of defense against illicit movement of goods and persons. Your technical expertise, logistical support, and presence across the ports and borders are indispensable to the success of this dialogue that we are proposing, with a follow-up implementation of its outcomes. The Nigerian Customs Service has a proud history of contributing trade facilitation, security, and national development. By supporting this dialogue, you will once again affirm the service's unwavering commitment to protecting our borders, our youths, and of course, our maritime reputation.
As expected, The response from the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, MFR, to NAPTIP's desire for stronger ties is positive.
I sincerely extend my hands of welcome to you, and I want to let you know that unconditionally we will accept your request for collaboration, for partnership, for robust engagement on a number of issues. The issue of intervention that has been requested, the exchange of intelligence, and of course, helping with our curriculum, teaching how important human trafficking is in our operations will also be part of the things that we would do. In customs, we do not look at criminalities from the narrow perspective of smuggling, which we fight. We believe in the power of collaboration. We believe that when we come together, we can make more impact. We can achieve more with less when we collaborate.
There is also no decline in the request for partnership in the workshop, as sought by Lami Tubaka.
We will be working with designated officials regarding the February events, which would be a summit to highlight the issues around human trafficking in Nigeria.
Here we have again a demonstration of the Nigeria Customs Service's openness to collaboration, with the view to enhancing the country's security and welfare of the citizenry. In line with the NCS Act 2023, the underlisted overtime containers and vehicles domiciled at the underlisted commands, following a motion of expert with suit numbers FHC/L/MISC/1096/2025, dated 15th of October 2025, FHC/PH/MISC/530/2025, dated 29th of September 2025, are hereby published for the information of the public. Accordingly, importers/agents of the overtime goods are given 2 weeks grace period from the date of this publication to process and clear their goods or forfeit same to the federal government of Nigeria. Please note that, in accordance with NCS Act 2023, Nigeria Customs Service will commence the process of disposal of all uncleared overtime goods immediately after the expiration of the grace period. For more information, visit www.customs.gov.ng. Relevant stakeholders in Nigeria's petroleum industry sector converge on the National Assembly complex. They have come together for the 2025 inaugural Annual Downstream Week. The Nigeria Customs Service is well represented as a stakeholder, and the Comptroller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale Adeni, is represented by Assistant Comptroller General, ACG Kolapo Oladeji. He accentuates the theme summit's relevance as he gives a goodwill message.
The choosing term, celebrating our successes, confronting our challenges, and finding solutions, aptly capture the need, balance, recognizing achievements while remaining resolute in addressing the complexity that lie ahead. Nigeria downstream petroleum sector is a cornerstone of our national economy. Its growth and efficiency are vital for energy security, job creation, and sustainable development.
ACG Oladeji emphasizes the importance of the conference. Thus,
this conference, with its structured objectives, serves as a timely and strategic opportunity to, 1, recognize and showcase the remarkable progress achieved in refining, distribution, and retail operations. 2, identify and analyze persistent bottlenecks that continue to challenge optimal performance. 3, deepen dialogue among legislators, regulators, and operators to co-create policies that are pragmatic and forward-looking. 4, brainstorm and recommend innovative, actionable, and sustainable solutions that can reshape the sector. And finally, drive commitment to environmental stewardship and sustainable practices that safeguard our future.
He assures of Operation Whirlwind's commitment to stemming unwholesome activities in the petroleum supply chain.
As the National Coordinator of Operation Whirlwind, a special initiative under the Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA, and the Nigeria Customs Service, we understand all too well the challenges of securing our petroleum resources against illicit activities, such as smuggling, diversion, and economic sabotage. Operation Whirlwind remains committed to supporting the federal government's reforms in the downstream sector by ensuring regulatory compliance, improving transparency, and enhancing interagency collaboration.
The one-week summit has been organized by the House Committee on Petroleum Resources, Downstream, and facilitated by LaGrade Services, in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources and NMDPRA. Sequel to Ports and Terminal Multi-Services Limited, PTML commands doggedness in enhancing revenue generation, trade facilitation, and anti-smuggling operations. The command has recorded improvement in its general performance. Comptroller Joe Anani discloses as he briefs members of the media.
From July to September 2025, we collected a total sum of 116 billion. 243,603,670 naira 58 kobo. The collected quarterly figure is 34.3% higher than the 86 billion 584 million 12,733 naira 43 kobo that was collected during the third quarter of 2024. From January to September, this command recorded a total collection of 350 billion, 347 million, 173,787 naira 92 kobo. 3 months to the end of 2025, we have made 96.64%, almost equated to the total collection recorded in 2024.
Comptroller Anani reveals that in the area of suppression of smuggling, the command has foiled attempts to smuggle a 1DW tactical made-in-Taiwan sub-based tube, 2 magazines, and 12 rounds of live ammunition, as well as 2 containers falsely declared, which the command's operatives uncover. And the falsely declared items intercepted include 6,262 cartons of various brands of antibiotics, as well as other pharmaceutical drugs.
As a command, we are not compromising national security on the order of trade facilitation. Compliance saves time, saves money, and helps building a reputation for business growth towards migration into the AEO status.
As he takes members of the media round the intercepted items, Comptroller Joe Anani exhibits interagency collaboration.
I will be handling these 2 containers, one by 40 feet, as you can see, and the one by 20 feet of unregistered antibiotics and high blood pressure drugs to the director of NAFDAC operations.
What is happening here this afternoon is worth celebration, because this consignment of substandard and falsified medicine are not allowed to enter into the public space, where it will have done unimaginable damage, death, or just name it.
The Customs Area Controller stresses that interagency collaboration has continued to assist in the command's success. Hence, he will do nothing short of its continued enhancement with the view to achieving greater success. With sustained commitments to protection of health of citizens and economy of the nation, as well as protection of the nation's integrity, Federal Operations Unit Zone A has dealt a huge blow to smugglers' desire to make money at the expense of the nation and its citizens. The unit has intercepted 640 parcels of cannabis sativa, 460 jerrycans of premium motor spirit, 5,015 bags of 50 kg foreign rice, 15 used vehicles, 210 used tires, and 143 bales of used clothing, all attempted to be smuggled. Other seized items include 390 bottles of codeine, 310 foreign branded drugs, and 19 cards of tramadol, as well as a 20-foot container containing 752 cartons of calcium lactate intercepted on account of false declaration.
Federal Operations Unit Zone A remains unwavering in its commitment to combating smuggling and safeguarding Nigeria's economy. Through sustained intelligence-led operations and a strategic deployment of advanced surveillance technologies, these seizures reaffirm our operational capacity and underscore our resolve to continuously confront economic saboteurs, protecting national security and federal government physical policies.
Beyond interception of illicit items, Comptroller Mohammed Shoaibu reaffirms his unit's resolve to recover revenue through issuance of demand notices.
Between 1st of September and 7th of October, a total of 39,269,688.71 kobo was also recovered, while maintaining rigorous enforcement to root our economic saboteurs. We remain equally committed to facilitating legitimate trade and ensuring that lawful business operate without unnecessary hindrances.
In demonstration of interagency collaboration, Comptroller Shoaibu hands over the intercepted cannabis sativa to National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, and the unregistered pharmaceuticals and suspects to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, for further investigation and prosecution.
This may sound to be an Indian hemp, but it's not an ordinary Indian hemp. It's a synthesized Indian hemp. It has more dangerous capacity than other Indian hemp that is produced in Nigeria. And it's not Nigerian made. It's flown through the sea, through the river. I thank the custom ability to track and make these people arrested.
In a related development, operatives of the unit have made yet another interception along with the suspect.
The suspect was found in possession of a nylon bag tightly wrapped with sellotape. Upon further inspection, the contents of the bag were discovered to be a crystal methamphetamine with a total weight of 25 kg. This issue underscores our unwavering commitment to combating smuggling in all its forms and highlights the importance of robust interagency collaboration.
As customary, Comptroller Mohammed Shoaibu hands over to NDLEA. Comptroller Shoaibu emphasizes his commitment to facilitating legitimate trade, while continuously stemming attempts to undermine the nation's economy and security through smuggling.
And this is where we draw the curtains on this week's episode of Customs Duty. For more information, you can always follow us on our social media handles now being displayed on your screen. You could also visit our website at www.customs.gov.ng for more updates about the service. Strive to be a patriotic citizen, a compliant trader, avoid smuggling, and always pay the correct duty to make Nigeria a more prosperous nation. Join us again same time next week. I am Tosi Obiakeme. Thank you for watching.